What did you do last night, Daryl?
Probably made 1 million phone calls with our staff even, and no, it's pretty amazing how many things you work on to how many things get done, the number of deals you talk about versus not. We got real close to one where it was basically if a pick had gone a certain way early in the draft, we would have gotten it, and if not, we wouldn't. So that was crazy. And then the second round had a lot more demand than usual. Like the picks were flying around, but we usually try to buy one, but none were bought yesterday. They were all attached to second round picks. So we weren't able to get in.
All right, so walk me through again best you can without, I guess, giving away whatever story you want to keep in house. So the top of the draft, you were interested in a pick at the top of the draft, Daryl?
It was in the early 20s.
Okay.
And basically it was on the clock. Everything had been agreed to, and we were counting down. This has never happened to me before. We were counting down the seconds and just said, hey, if this guy goes, then we don't have a deal, but otherwise we do. And usually I've had that happen a lot. No, I've never had it happen where the guy went right one pick before. So anyone who's been in fantasy football leagues knows what it feels like, I think.
So you wanted a guy, and then the team, you had a deal for that guy if it fell to the team that you had struck a deal for, but the team right before took the player you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
But you never know. Sometimes these deals reconstitute later, and we'll see.
Did this deal that didn't take place on your part require you to give up a player on your current roster or future considerations?
Yeah, it would have involved a roster and draft pick. So, but these things all the time you get close. It's just the one had never gotten this close before. So pretty crazy.
Daryl Morey, Rockets general manager. Why do you think there was so much demand in the second round last night?
I don't know. I thought this was just a normal draft, like pretty solid players, but nothing special deep. But I think other teams saw it as deeper. So I think there's a lot of activity to trade in. There's also probably boring to your listeners, but there's a cap reason that a lot of teams are trying to jump into the second round this year as well, in that the second round pick contracts are cheaper than others, and it allows you to maneuver under the cap a little easier sometimes.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting to the viewers and listeners of this show, Daryl, because there's so much conversation taking place about that Anthony Davis trade with the Lakers and whether the Lakers did the right due diligence in figuring out when's the best time to strike a deal or when to make it official because of the cap space that you can offer, a free agent, et cetera, et cetera. How do you keep track of all those things?
Yeah, it's a very complicated set of rules. I've gotten pretty used to them now. I think I'm in my 14th or 15th year. So you get comfortable. You also have really good people around you like we do and most teams do. And, I mean, the rules actually at this point make no sense whatsoever. And we've talked to the league office about it, and the league office wouldn't say it as bluntly as I said it, but basically over time the kludges have been wrapped upon the kludges, have been wrapped upon the enigmas. I mean, it's like all the rules they set up made sense in the 90s and 80s and 2000s when they originally were put in, but then as time goes by, they have to plug holes and gaps and negotiate them with the players' union, and over time, the rules really have morphed into something that makes almost no sense if you look at it holistically.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.